Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest on everything cool every single day. Today, from a very busy street in Toronto, and this one is going out to Nate Slayer 22, who says, congrats on passing 35,000 subscribers. Thank you, and thank you all so much for supporting EPN. Let's get started with our rundown. Red Dead Redemption 2 is almost here, but it's not too early to start thinking about Rockstar's next big project. In a recent interview with GQ magazine to promote the launch of the new Cowboy game, Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser dropped a few hints about the future of their biggest franchise, Grand Theft Auto. He says they're not even sure what they'll do with the next game in the satirical series because the real world has become so polarized and absurd that it's almost beyond satire, and the game would be out of date within 2 minutes. This seems to imply that the developers might want to avoid the problem by experimenting with a new time and place, but whatever they do, the next game is likely many years away. Houser says that he's thankful they're releasing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now because a period piece makes it easier for them to avoid these present-day problems. We're thankful Red Dead Redemption 2 is releasing right now too. The game arrives in 2 days, and I think that would be amazing if they kind of switched up the trajectory for Grand Theft Auto. I think they should sort of experiment with a future tense GTA. I think that would be cool. Maybe even set it on a different planet. I don't know. Those guys are incredibly creative over there, and I can't, like all of you, I can't wait to see what they've got up their sleeve. Not even the radioactive wasteland of Fallout can avoid the Battle Royale craze. With the first beta test for the new game Fallout 76 happening yesterday, Bethesda has detailed how PvP interactions will work when the final game arrives. Players will be able to pick a fight and start attacking any other player they want. However, the damage you deal to them will be significantly reduced until the other player decides to fight back. This seems like a novel way for players to avoid getting into fights if they don't like PvP. However, players who do like PvP will have something of their own. Players can use their Pip-Boy to set up large PvP matches called Hunter/Hunted, where players can hunt each other down until only one is left standing, with players confined to a large area that will get smaller and smaller during the match. Sound familiar? This sounds suspiciously similar to Battle Royale games like PUBG and Fortnite. Fallout 76 drops November 14th. I'm telling you, Battle Royale is just a mode that's being appropriated in lots of different ways. I think this is a natural fit for Fallout because of the massive environments that they make for these games. I think that's going to be absolutely a big chunk of the gameplay for Fallout 76. It's going to be very interesting how combat feels in this game, because when you introduce this idea of a sprawling landscape with lots of different players out there, you want it to feel immediate. You want it to feel like your actions have an immediate reaction and you have some kind of mobility that gives you the upper hand when you're in combat with other people. I'm very, very curious to hear what you think of the beta. If you have jumped in, let us know in the comments down below. Captain Jack Sparrow may have walked the plank, but the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise will sail on. Disney is reportedly working on a reboot of the swashbuckling franchise. Deadline and Variety report that the studio is in the early stages of developing the new project, with Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick in talks to pen the script. We also know that producer Jerry Bruckheimer will be back, but as for lead actor Johnny Depp, that's a little unclear. No details about the story or characters have been revealed, but if they're calling this a reboot, it seems likely that they'll want to start fresh with a new lead cast. The Pirates franchise has earned more than $4.5 billion worldwide, so it's no surprise that Disney wants more, but Depp himself hasn't been doing as well lately, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Is Johnny Depp done? I think he might be. I think that he has pushed a lot of buttons out there. I guess we have to see how he does with Fantastic Beasts 2. There's a lot of hype around his performance in this. It's kind of hard to imagine Pirates without Jack Sparrow, and it's kind of hard to imagine Jack Sparrow without Johnny Depp. I feel like he's kind of off the rails with all of the money that he's made. I think it kind of drove him a little nutso, and you know, I'm such a huge fan of him as an actor. I think he's been a gift to movies, you know? He's so charismatic and unique, and I'll be disappointed if he's not in more Pirates, but I'm a little worried about Johnny Depp. I just want him to take care of himself and have a healthy life, you know? That would be great. The big screen Monster Hunter movie isn't really looking like a Monster Hunter movie at all. With the live-action film based on the hit video game franchise kicking off production earlier this month, the first official set photos have begun appearing online. Actor Diego Boneta has posted this photo of himself in character, and as you can see, it doesn't look anything like Monster Hunter, and is instead set in the present day with a modern assault rifle in place of giant swords and lances. The official synopsis synopsis for the film says that it will see two heroes from different worlds come together to defeat monsters, so we'll likely be seeing characters from our world join forces with characters from the familiar Monster Hunter realm. Writer-director Paul W.S. Anderson did something similar with his first video game adaptation, the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. Although it remains to be seen if Monster Hunter fans will accept this idea. The film hits theaters next year. Paul W.S. Anderson has done some disappointing things with video game, adaptations in the past, but he's also made some fun movies, some really fun kind of B movies. I think he likes to have, a good time making these kinds of things. They make a lot of money. The Resident Evil franchise has made a fortune for him and for Capcom. I'm curious to see how this thing all pans out. Let's be honest. Making a live-action version of the Monster Hunter game franchise is an extraordinarily expensive idea, and I don't know how many actors would be comfortable wearing some of the costumes that are a big part of the Monster Hunter world. But somehow that all has to be honored. We know, if you deviate too much from the source material and you are not true to that source, the fans will not be happy. So, Paul W.S. Anderson, I know you're a big fan of EP. I know you're watching. Take good care of this franchise that we all love, okay? More impressive news about the new Spider-Man game has come swinging in. With Sony and Insomniac launching the first batch of DLC yesterday, independent market research company, the MPD Group, has released new sales estimates for the PS4 exclusive. They claim that Spider-Man was not only the best-selling game of September, but also the biggest launch month for any exclusive in PlayStation history. This makes it the most amazing Spider-Man game ever, with first-month sales 37% higher than all other Spider-Man games combined. This confirms something we already knew. Spider-Man is a big success for Sony and Insomniac and guarantees that we'll be seeing more games like this in the future, and I can't wait. I'm here in Toronto. I can't play the DLC. I can't wait to get back to that, and it's going to be a juggle between playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and the new DLC for Spider-Man. I really hope this lights a big fire under Marvel games, but we're going to have Marvel games and Insomniac on EP Live next Monday, so please tune in for that. We're going to be talking all about the DLC and where we go from here. Fascinating days. The game is incredible. I played through it once. I've played a big chunk of it in hard mode, and I just started the New Game Plus. I'm addicted still to Spider-Man, and I can't wait for more. I can't wait to play the DLC. That's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode, so please come back for that. In the meantime, we've got lots of other content for you to check out, so please do. If you dig it, hit subscribe, hit that little bell. If you're so inclined, you can join up and become an EPN member. And remember, we've got an EPN merch page on our website at epn.tv/merch. Thank you for watching, everybody. Play forever.